Hey there, it's your boy Foxy, back for more relationship stories. Update. I, male 24, found out my daughter isn't mine, and I'm soon to wed my fiance 25, female. Original post. About a month ago, an old friend of my fiance came and told me my 1-year-old daughter might not be mine. She told me my fiance Sarah confessed to her, shortly after finding out she was pregnant, that it might not be mine, because at the time she had been sleeping with one other guy. Now that we are going to get married soon, she just couldn't keep this to herself and felt the need to tell me. Well, I obviously didn't take the news well, because everything she said contradicted the person I knew for 5 years, faithful, honest, and loving. However, that doubt didn't go away, and I ended up going through with a paternity test. I'm not her father. As you can imagine, it has broken my heart. I'm still coming to terms to the news. It explains why she suddenly got pregnant, despite the protection I was using. But I just assumed things happen, and it is what it is, and terminating was out of the question. At this point, I'm not sure where to go in life. The wedding is 2 weeks away at this point, family is coming, everything is paid for. My daughter, who I love, turns out isn't mine at all, and I've been raising someone else's kid. I'm about to marry a woman who I can't bring myself to look at anymore. I'm at a loss. I'm not sure what advice you guys can offer, but I don't know who else to turn to. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. If I'm reading this correctly, you've been with your fiancé for 5 years, and you just found out that your 1-year-old daughter isn't yours. So, 3¼ years into your relationship, your faithful, honest girlfriend was sleeping with someone else and got pregnant, and hid how it happened from you, and let you believe the baby was yours all the way through the pregnancy and the first year. That is effed up, with capital F. There's no point going through with the wedding at this point. Even if you have lost a ton of money on a wedding that shouldn't happen, there's no reason to compound that with future financial losses to a pair of divorce lawyers. With a capital F. I'm about to marry a woman who I can't bring myself to look at anymore. I'm at a loss. Tell everyone the truth. Someone told you your daughter might not be yours. You did a DNA test, and you're not the father. It's the truth. Don't shrink from it. You have nothing to be ashamed of here, so deal with it head on. My advice is as others have given. Stop the wedding. You're a very young man. Do not start your marriage under this huge lie, this rotten deception by your fiancé. Your lady showed how she's prepared to use people. Very cold. Your fiancé and her family will likely want another DNA test, which is quite understandable. I would cool my relationship with my fiancé until another DNA test is done, and end your relationship if the second test gives the same results. Sorry you got this slap in the face. Years from now, you'll likely see it as a blessing. I met her when I was 19, she was with someone at the time, they broke up, and a year later we got together. We really clicked upon getting to know each other better. We were supposed to be exclusive. I haven't slept with other people since we became a thing. Apart from this mystery man who is the father, who knows if she's slept with other men. She probably doesn't know if the baby is or isn't mine, or maybe she does. I haven't brought it up to her just yet. She knows nothing about this. You doubting her faithfulness will never go away. Imagine feeling like this for the rest of your life. Don't marry her, go find a lawyer now. That's terrible. Do yourself a favor and never marry this woman. She was willing to let you raise another man's baby. She is a most wicked of woman. You are very young and will have a great future with the right person, but she's not that person. Get the ring back. See a lawyer if your name is on the birth certificate. As noted in another comment, even if your name isn't on the birth certificate, or it is and you want to maintain the relationship, you need to contact a lawyer. OP could both be forced to act as the child's father, even if they didn't want to, and their name wasn't on the birth certificate, if the biological father can't be identified due to acting as the father up until this point. And they could be forced out of the child's life, even if their name is on the birth certificate, if the biological father tries to assert their parental rights and responsibilities. A lawyer will be a must. My name is, which is why I assume I was able to take a paternity test. I don't know who the father is, I just know I'm not him. I didn't plan on having a kid this soon in life, so I had and have some resentment of the situation I'm in, being a father. But I don't blame the baby, nor did I just blame life for throwing a curveball. It was what it was. Getting a lawyer is something I'll have to consider with what you just mentioned. It seems if I choose to just opt out, it won't be so simple. Now for the updates. Thank you for all the advice, good and bad. Different perspectives offer some insight as to what I can do. Even the ones that didn't help pointed out what I shouldn't do. All I know is I have loved this woman and her family, so the last thing I want is a nuclear option. There's a lot to consider. I have 2 weeks at this point to decide what I want to do. I'm heartbroken. I don't want to necessarily think with my emotions alone. I'd rather think this through as I make another of my large life choices. I am currently waiting on the results of a second paternity test, just to confirm the results of the first one before I make any kind of jump. If you still have any additional advice to offer away. I'm still catching up on messages. There's so many and I'm taking my time to reflect on each one. Now for the full update 8 days later. I'm sure people would like an update and a somewhat of a conclusion to this hurdle in my life, but here's what happened. I read everyone's advice and a lot of it was very helpful, while others, not so much. Some going as far as to consider offing people. Yeah, not on the table. But for those that did offer genuine advice, thank you. After getting the same result with the second paternity test, I talked to Sarah and a lot of emotions rolled out. How could an old friend betray me? And she said, I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't yours. I'm sorry. How could you not trust me? She was all over the place. After she calmed down, I got a few more answers out of her. Turns out it wasn't one guy she was sleeping with, rather, a total of 3. And they wore protection too, but someone got unlucky and knocked her up. At this point I should have been furious, but somehow that didn't happen. I had grown numb to the whole situation. So yeah, I decided I don't want to go through with this marriage, put everything on hold, and I planned to eventually cancel everything. I called my parents and explained what was going on, and they were shocked. Then her parents, same reaction. I was surprised with how understanding they were to the whole situation. Like I said, they're great people, and their reaction only reinforces this. Luckily, the wedding was within driving distance from all attendees, 8 hours being the longest drive, so the amount of fallout was minimal. But apart from Maya and her parents, no one else knows what's really going on, other than the wedding is delayed. Regarding my daughter, I've come to terms that she's not mine, and any feelings I have towards her were built on a lie. It's not too late to start over, she's still young, and she won't remember me. As painful as it is, I can't see my life continuing with her. So to wrap things up, I've moved out for the time being to have some space. My parents said I could stay with them until I can sort things out, waiting on the results of an STD test that should be coming in tomorrow. I've talked to a lawyer, and she said it's a pretty messy situation. But if we can find out who the father is, it could very much help my case. I don't know any of the possible fathers, but her friend instantly knew 2 of the names. As for the third, she wasn't sure, but knew someone who might. So this is where I am, still not sure where things will go and what will happen, but I can only hope for the best. Life sometimes takes a dump on you, but you don't realize it till one person spills the beans. Thanks guys for the help. I wish I could tell you I'm looking forward to a happy ending, but it's too soon to be sure of anything. You made all of the right decisions, bro. You will look back on this and be so thankful that you didn't stay with her. Don't walk, but run away from her and never accept her back. Save yourself a lot of hurt in the future. Sorry something like that happened to you, but it's life. Good luck. Agreed. Jesus. 3 guys, and she tried deflecting still after the facts came out and tried to shift it on him. What a freaking mess. Hopefully OP can get a lawyer and contest paternity, or he'll be on hook for 18 years of child support. Also, I'm certain she knew who was the father. She was just still trying to play stupid. What a horrible person. The petty part of me hopes karma and life will screw her over enough. OP, live your best life. Show her what she lost, so she regrets this for the rest of her life. As others have suggested, go to r/surviving infidelity and post there. They'll likely help you moving on. Hit the gym. Those post-workout endorphins are awesome. It helped me a lot in that kind of time. Maybe get a dog. My dog got me out of bed most those days when I didn't want to. But I knew he depended on me and I had to do this for him. Time will do the rest. The fact that she let the words, "How could you not trust me?" come out of her mouth when she knew she had been cheating on you with 3 other men at least confirms that you made the right decision. The situation sucks, but you don't have to let uncertainty nag at you or second-guess yourself. This was a narrow escape indeed. Forward is the way, may it be better than this recent past. Yes, I'm surprised their house didn't catch fire with all the gaslighting she is doing. I love how she's the victim in all of this. I've been betrayed, how can you not trust me? Geez, I wonder why. Almost every time I read posts here about cheaters getting exposed, it seems like their initial reaction is to become defensive, self-victimize, and even try to indirectly guilt their significant other. Most cheaters aren't that different at the core of it. 100%. Because when it's all exposed, there's no defense for cheating. All the cheater has is, "It's not my fault, I was pushed to it." Add the type of personality who cheats, and it's normally the type who blame other people for all their problems. Next story. Just found out my girlfriend cheated on me and that our 3-month-old daughter is possibly not mine. My girlfriend and I were together for 3 years. Then about a year ago, she found out that she was pregnant unexpectedly, and we decided to go through with it. Our daughter is 3 months old now, and everything was going fine up until now. My girlfriend asked me to make a backup of her phone for her, so she would have everything saved up for if her phone broke. While backing up her phone, I ended up finding messages of her and a coworker of hers, flirting and repeatedly meeting up at his place for at least the course of 3 months. Could have been more. I'm freaking heartbroken about this, but that isn't even the worst part about it. The time she was cheating also overlaps the period our daughter would have been conceived. So, there is a possibility that my daughter isn't even mine. I have been feeling numb ever since I found this out. I haven't told anybody, including my girlfriend. The relationship is 100% over for me, and I have been spending the past few days finding a place to move out of our apartment into a new place, and I will probably be moving out sometime next week, so I am still stuck pretending for some time before I can move out. I'm just filled with anxiety about what to do with my daughter. I plan on getting a paternity test of some sort this week, and I'll make my decision based on the result of it. If I'm the father, I'm obviously going to stay in her life and contact a lawyer to figure things out, some custody agreement. If I'm not the father, I'm not going to be involved in her life at all, because I wouldn't be able to handle the fact that she isn't mine. For the time being, I have no idea how to handle the situation, and it's hitting me heavy. Do I tell a close friend or family member about it? When should I tell my girlfriend that I know about her infidelity? Now for the top advice. Get your ducks in a row. By all means, tell those you trust 100%. Get the paternity test. Get checked for STIs. No more sleeping with her. I am very sorry. This is a heartbreaking story. Be strong and know that you deserve better. Is definitely all happening in the next few days. Thanks for the support. Get a DNA test. If the baby isn't yours, it's not your responsibility. Head to a court to get your name off the birth certificate. DNA testing is going to be mandatory. Get a lawyer involved with this. Most states really couldn't care less to get this straightened out, as long as they already have someone on the hook for support. A good lawyer can help you navigate this flaming dumpster fire, especially as she's likely to fight to keep you from getting out of supporting her and the kid, as the coworker is likely far out of the picture. Contrary to popular belief, it is possible to get your name off the birth certificate, especially in the early months. So get a DNA test as soon as possible. Yeah, I'll definitely get my lawyer involved to straighten everything out for me. To be honest, the only people you should be listening to now are your lawyer and your therapist. That's it. Get as much info about the potential father as you can before letting your girlfriend know that you've found out. Find his full name and hopefully his address. Your girlfriend might hold you responsible for the next 18 years unless you can put someone forward as the potential father. This is obviously worst-case scenario. If she isn't yours biologically, do not react immediately, as hard as that will be. Find a good lawyer and get the ball rolling behind the scene while everyone is still oblivious. Sorry this happened to you, OP. I have saved everything in her phone that has to do with him and have even found his social media if needed. My attorney is going to be involved as soon as possible. Last story. Married for nearly 2 decades. 4 kids with another on the way. Just found out she is cheating on me via our oldest child. How to forgive and get past this. I, male 44, recently found out my wife, female 39, who is due in December, has been cheating on me. The person who found out about the affair is my 14-year-old. It's been a couple of days, but I'm still reeling from all of this. I finally went through the evidence, and the affair has been going on for at least 4 years. I haven't told my wife I know about her affair, but I plan on doing it soon, possibly after the baby is born. While it may not be my child, I still have so much love for this woman and don't want to cause any harm. I know that I should probably start looking into a solicitor, separating our finances, and collecting even more evidence. But I stupidly want to try and fix this, or at least not hate and love her at the same time. I planned on lying to my daughter to cover up for her mother, but my daughter is a smart cookie. There's no way she'd actually believe it. How do I navigate my way through something like this? I don't want to be filled with hatred and let our kids see it. Once I initiate this divorce, our lives will turn upside down. I just don't want this to ruin our kids. If I do a DNA test on the girls, I know it would probably hurt them. We have 4 kids, all girls 14, 10, and 5 twins, and there's a slight chance the twins may not be my children. Just typing this makes my head hurt. I've been calling out of work, but I need to get my head on straight. How did your child find out? When she was at her grandparents' house, as my wife is currently staying there after our argument, she wanted to use her mother's phone to order something to eat. She seen a suspicious notification and found the messages. My daughter took many photos and screenshots, airdropped them to herself, and deleted anything that would make her mom suspicious towards her. I plan on going through her emails and seeing if anything is in there. I planned on lying to my daughter to cover up for her mother, but my daughter is a smart cookie. Whatever you do, don't ever lie to your children about this. Don't lie to your kids to protect her or anyone else. You can tell them minimum age-appropriate info, like mom has a new friend she wants to be with instead of me. And if they want more info, go ask mom. Always put the cheating spouse on the spot for more info. It's not your responsibility to try to explain her wrong actions. If you lie to the kids, they will figure it out anyway, and they will come to distrust you. You don't want that to happen. Kids have to know what the reality is, even when it's tough. Toughness builds character. They can form their own relationship with their mother based on the truth and their understanding, but you owe it to them to give them the basic truth they need to do that. Don't lie to the kids ever. Having read over your other posts, especially the one from a few hours ago, don't lie to the kids. Try to not even really involve the kids. The eldest knows, so the two of you need to be strong right now. Get the tests, DNA and STD. Get to a lawyer. Get the divorce train rolling, as a 4+ year affair is 4+ years too many. You should want a smooth transition to being a single dad. Good luck, and hope the kids are yours. Bite the bullet and get your twins tested, and tell your wife that you will be testing the baby at birth if not sooner, and that you will be filing for divorce. You can and will be a great dad without her in your life. You also will never get past this. You might be able to forgive, but you will never trust her or forget about this. Also, this isn't a one-night stand or an affair. She has a relationship with another man, and been doing it for almost 5 years. Sorry, but in my opinion, she is a disgusting and vile person. I am also wondering, were you trying to get pregnant again? Test the baby sooner. You don't want to be responsible for another man's baby. Don't pay child support for 18 years if it doesn't belong to you. Get a lawyer and start the process. Hey there, it's your boy Foxy, back for more relationship stories. Update: my 23 female mom wants me to forgive my best friend knowing she betrayed me. Original post: my friend Molly, same age, was like a sister to me. We have known each other since we were 4. We were partner in crimes, we knew everything about each other. We even decided to become each other's kid's godmother. When I was 17, I started dating a guy from my neighborhood, Lucas. He was also my father's friend's son. That's how we met. I had a crush on him since I was 15, and Molly knew about it. In fact, she was the one who insisted I talk to him. She encouraged me to ask him out. I did, and we've been dating since we're 17. Everything was good. I thought I found my soulmate. But I noticed something different when we were on our 4th year of relationship. He acted kinda distant. I thought the pressure from university is stressing him out. I tried to cheer him up and tried to be intimate, but he would just brush it off. At one time I accidentally looked at his phone while I was trying to make a call, and I came across hundreds of messages between him and Molly. They also sent each other nudes. I felt really disgusted, but I couldn't confront him because I knew he would just deny it. Then one day I went to his house to surprise him. There I saw Molly and Lucas, who were almost naked on the couch. They were probably in the middle of foreplay when I walked in. They were both shocked to see me, as if they saw a ghost. I cannot explain the rage I was feeling. I felt like I am about to faint, so I left. They both tried to chase me down, with the classic, "It's not what it looks like." Oh really? You guys are naked cuddling and eating each other's faces. I wonder what it is. I was thankfully with my sister who saw me coming, and I told her to take me home. There, I cried with my 2 sisters and told them everything. They were really empathetic. They asked me if I have screenshots. I told them yes. They told me to keep it, and also told me to message him and my friend that we are done. I did as they told me. According to my sister's advice, I told all our mutual friends about it, and it was a chaos. I was broken and devastated. I would cry all day and not eat. I was betrayed by my best friend and the love of my life. But somehow betrayal from Molly really hurt the most. After digging up in the drama that transpired, I got to know how disgusting and vile Lucas was. I cannot list everything here because of word limit, but I came to realization that he had so many red flags that I ignored. That kinda helped me to heal. Lucas also came to my house few times, but my sister told him if he keeps bothering us, she will call the cops. My father knew about all of this and was very supportive. I didn't want him to stop his friendship with Lucas's dad, but Lucas cannot be in our house anymore. I will not be in the same room as him. It took me a while, but I healed. I did lose a lot of friends because some of them took Molly's side and have like 2 good friends who actually helped me. Plus, I was very thankful to have 2 amazing sisters. I went out with my friends, started working out, even some forums helped me, and I stayed away from dating for a year. I am currently happy and in a relationship with someone. I thought I left the whole thing behind, but my mom keeps insisting I forgive Molly. You see, Molly's mom and my mom are really good friends. After I told my mom about Molly's betrayal, she was supportive, but also sad that she might have to stop talking to her friend. I told her not to. Regardless of what Molly did, her mom is very sweet. She even apologized on Molly's behalf. I was never rude to her when she came home, but Molly is also not allowed in our house. Now my mom thinks I should forgive her. She always says to Molly's mom that they wish things went back to the way they were. My mom kept pushing that I forgive her and not ruin our friendship over a stupid boy. I mean, why should I? She knows I hate people who betray and cheat. Yet she did it behind my back. She claims that because I am in a relationship, I should just forget, otherwise I will become a bitter person. My sisters are on my side. My father says the decision is up to me, but I don't know what I will do. Yes, I do miss what Molly and I had, but I still haven't forgiven her for what she did. It just hurts knowing my mom wants me to forgive after knowing everything that has happened. Just to add more context. 1. Molly and Lucas hooked up on her birthday when she broke up with her ex. She did tell me she is sorry and things just happened. She was lonely and he was there to comfort her. 2. In case you are wondering what Lucas did and why he had red flags, it's because he criticized me a lot. It was either about my looks or my ambitions. I once told him I want to write a book, and he mocked me. I brushed it off since he had a dark sense of humor. 3. Lucas kept a spreadsheet of all the girls we knew in our circle, even at his university. He would rate them based on their looks. It was shared among his friends. Yes, I was on that list too, and it made me really insecure. 4. Some of my and Molly's mutual friends knew about their affair, but kept it away from me. That's why I cut a whole lot of them off. Now for the top advice before reading the update. Personally, I agree with your mom. When you hate someone, it only gives what they did to make you hate them power over you. And it prevents you from being able to move on with your life. I'm not saying that you should forget what she did or even be friends with her. But you absolutely should realize you can't undo what she did and neither can she. If you can't forgive your friend, then why should anyone forgive you if you ever do something selfish and truly do regret what you did and want to make things right? The decision is really yours. All I can comment is, if I were in your shoes, I don't think I could be friends with someone who used their own hurt to hurt me. She was sad and lonely, why couldn't she call you? And it continued. You can end as acquaintances at best, because most likely you'll bump into her if your moms are still friends. I would not get close to her again. She didn't respect or love you enough after years of friendship. What's changed? Honestly, who needs enemies with friends like that? Ask your mom what she would do if her good friend slept with your dad. If she pulls the "that's different, we're married" card, tell her the feeling of betrayal and hurt isn't different. You may not care about the dude anymore, but that doesn't erase what your friend did. Don't feel guilted into taking back a person who hurt you unless you really want that friendship back. My sister did ask her, but she got mad instead. A lot has happened since then. I am thinking about posting an update. Now for the update. Few days ago when I posted this on my main, many people asked for an update. So here it is. I knew I cannot allow Molly in my life. No matter what mom says, but something weird happened that I had to post an update. This is going to be long. So I went home this week. My older sister was already there. She told me my mom wanted to invite Molly and her mom into our house. My dad refused because he doesn't want to betray me. I was angry at my mom for doing this to me. We all sat down and I told my mom how it felt to be betrayed by my friend. I told her that I am not asking her to stop seeing Molly's mom, but she should just stop forcing me to be friends with her. It's not going to happen. Even if I forgive her, I will not be her friend, and she will not be welcomed in our house. She got mad and said we should learn to let go of the past. I also asked her what if Molly's mom had an affair with dad and you walked in on them while they were doing it. I expected her to be mad, but her expression was a bit of a surprise. I don't know how to describe it, it's as if I hit on something. My dad stepped in and said, "You should tell her now. She is old enough to know." Then I heard the entire history of mom, dad, and Molly's mom. Molly's mom was a serial cheater. She cheated on her ex-husband with multiple men, but my mom didn't know. She did have hints, but never confronted her. Apparently, she got pregnant with an affair partner's baby and tried to pass it on as Molly's father's. But Molly's father was smart. He did a DNA test on Molly's half-brother, and the truth came out. My mom did berate her for that, but Molly's mom was very remorseful. She begged and pleaded with her husband to stay, but her husband didn't. I looked up the dude on social media, and he is filthy rich. Probably Batman kinda rich without all the gadgets. He hired a lawyer and also had a prenup, so Molly's mom didn't get a single dime for alimony, but he did pay child support for a while. He didn't want the custody because Molly technically knew about her mother's affair, but didn't say anything. Molly was 7 when it happened, and she would only talk about her dad number 2. I never knew. Probably because I thought that she was talking about her uncle or something. Molly's dad only got the visitation which he wanted, but Molly stopped going when she turned 15. My mom helped her get back on her feet because she was broke, and Molly's child support only supports her and not the entire family. 3 years after their divorce, Molly's dad got married again to someone younger than Molly's mom. I also dug up his name and saw that he was happy with his new family. So, the day he got married, Molly's mom went into a deep depression. She was very much drunk, and that witch tried to make a move on my dad. But my dad pushed her away. My dad told my mom, but she denied something like that happened. Until Molly's mom called and apologized for her behavior. She forgave her, but according to my dad and older sister, she would still make excuses to get closer to dad. My sisters spent their time keeping her away from dad. Dad never liked her for what she did. Her husband was my dad's business partner at that time, and dad only tolerated her for mom and my sake. So back to our conversation, I looked at my mom, and she told me that it was different because my dad never had an affair. I asked if she would have forgiven her if the affair happened. She was silent. I asked her to give me an actual reason why she thinks I should forgive Molly. Then she told me the truth. Molly's mom has been sort of blackmailing mom, that she will cut contact with her. My mom doesn't have many friends in town, and Molly's mom was her best friend. According to her, she cannot be in a house where her daughter is not invited. Also, as I mentioned in one of the comments, my mom had a miscarriage when I was 4 years old, and Molly's mom helped her a lot during that time. When my mom was jaded, she would clean her house and bring Molly. That's how we became friends. My mom pretty much saw Molly as her 4th child. She was probably trying to fill the space that her miscarriage left. So, losing Molly felt like losing her baby again. That's why she wants us to reconcile, not because of Molly, but because she is afraid her friendship will come to an end. I was very upset by it, but I understood her. I told her Molly's mom is welcome here anytime, though I have no respect for her now, but Molly will not set foot in this house. And told her to get therapy because she had a very unhealthy attachment to Molly. I was conflicted. I was disappointed in Molly's mom. She seemed like a really nice lady. When Lucas cheated on me, I remember crying to her. She consoled me and felt genuinely sorry. So, I did something out of the blue. I texted Molly's mom that I want to meet her alone. We went to a public place. My sister knew and told me to record the conversation as it is not illegal here. So I met her. I told her everything my mom told me. I also told her that she is welcome in our house, but she cannot bring Molly. She didn't try to argue. She told me she should have known. That she never wanted her daughter to become like her. Her infidelity has made her life hell. Molly could have had a beautiful childhood if she never cheated on her husband. Her husband was a great guy. She still feels guilty about doing this to him, and she wishes she could go back in time and undo her mistake. I said that even though I don't have the same amount of respect for her, I don't mind having her around. My family is okay with that. The woman started crying. She finally spilled the beans after a year. She told me she knew about Molly and Lucas. She knew Lucas was cheating on me with Molly. She told her daughter to stop it, but Molly said she is only friends with benefits with Lucas. And they will stop in a few weeks. Her mother told her that if she continues this, then she better conceal it properly. She only allowed this because she knew her daughter had an obsession with Lucas. She thought it would help Molly to get this obsession out of her system. I was fuming. I wanted to yell, but I kept my cool. She knew this entire time, and not once did she mention it. I asked her about her flirting with my dad. And that's when she showed me what a snake she truly is. I pressed her and berated her for trying to destroy my mom's marriage. Once she had enough, she yelled that my mom doesn't deserve any of this. She is very lame and boring, that she was only friends with her because she pitied her. My mom comes from a poor household. She doesn't have much education as she went to a very underfunded college, but Molly's mom went to a prestigious college. She is not even at Molly's mom's level. She said my dad doesn't deserve a street rat like her. I wanted to leave, but I wanted to have everything on the recording. But I had enough. I told her, more or less yelled at her, that she is not welcome in our house. She is a liar and a cheater, and so is her daughter. I cannot believe this woman. She has been manipulating my mom all this time. As soon as I got home, I told my mom everything about this. My mom refused to believe that her friend would say something like that. So my sister, who is a freaking genius, played the audio. I now understand why she told me to record. After hearing the entire thing, she grabbed her phone and called her. She yelled. I could hear words like slut and hoe in my native language. She said that if she sees her again, she will rip her eyes out. It was kinda shocking. 1 minute she was praising her, and then she was yelling. But moreover, I am happy she cut off all the toxicity. I feel bad for Mom. I can relate because we both lost our close friends. We sat down and chatted, and she told me how being a stay-at-home mom was difficult for her to make friends with. Molly's mom was her close friend. She always looked up to her because she was really popular in our community. She wanted to be like her, and my dad always disliked that. My mom also told me that she is sorry that she was selfish. She enabled her so far that she hurt her own daughter, and she feels guilty. I understand her. My dad said that she is putting her on therapy because she clearly has some trauma from her miscarriage and also from her childhood. I told her that she can still make great friends, though she cut off all her friends for Molly's mom. I told her to try and reconnect with them. I am also going to spend some time with her too so she doesn't feel alone. All of this drama has made me realize I have a great dad, and I have a newfound respect for him. Even when he was vulnerable, he never gave in to Molly's mother's flirting. He helped my mom when she had a C-section with me. He understands that being a stay-at-home mom is difficult, but he loves her regardless. Many people speculated if my mom is a cheater or not, so let me clarify. It is not the case. She is very loyal to my dad. She was the oldest of 7 siblings, and she had to keep her family together at all cost. Hence, her pressure on me in forgiving Molly. Also, as for my ex, he texted me on my birthday last month. He wished me a happy birthday and said that he was sorry for what he did. He also said that Molly is a great girlfriend who helped him after our breakup and helped him heal. There was like an entire paragraph of him praising Molly. And to quote him, I do not regret loving you. It is because of you I learned how to love. That's why I am able to become such a good partner to Molly. I hope someday you will find someone good enough for you. I wish you all the best. What a clown. I showed this to my boyfriend, and he laughed and said, I guess his wish has come true. I do not care if they marry or have like 100 babies. I am done with them. Someone pointed out that they did a huge favor because they are both trash and deserve each other. It's true, and at least they won't be wasting other people's time with their toxicity. As for me, I am doing fine. I am planning a trip with my boyfriend and friends after my finals. And thanks to all of you who messaged me and commented. Also, I don't know if this counts as karma, but Molly got into a fight with one of her friends who knew about the affair. My friend went to a party this week, and she told me Molly and the friend of hers had a fight. Apparently, that friend accused her of stealing her boyfriend. According to my friend, the boyfriend and Molly were not doing anything other than chatting. But the girl came on to Molly and said, well, I should have known, given your history as a man stealer. This is now her reputation. Even if she tried to say she wasn't flirting, no one was buying it lol. Molly and Lucas are likely already cheating on each other. Give it a few years. Nasty people to be observed from afar. Honestly, it doesn't matter now. Yes, losing a friend still hurts, but I have found really good people in my life. Even if they cheat on each other, I would just sit back and watch. Your mother is insane. I don't think so. She may be a people pleaser, but I don't think she is insane. She does have some trauma regarding her upbringing, but I don't think she is a bad person. At least now, she doesn't push this matter and said she won't be bringing it up. When they said that Molly's mother was a serial cheater, I was so ready for the reveal that Molly and OP were half-sisters. Reddit has absolutely ruined me LMAO. The second the dad said they needed to tell her, I was like, oh, he and Molly's mom definitely cheated with each other. Wow, Opus's mom needs help. That's what I thought. She wasn't upset that Molly's mom was harassing her husband at all. Opus also drops this casually about her mom. She cut off all her friends for Molly's mom, meaning Opus's mom once had other friends. Molly's mom was able to successfully isolate her so that she had zero perspective outside of this toxic friendship and feel like she had no other options except to maintain it at all costs.